Good morning, traders. This is a live trade recap. I took 6 trades this morning. I have everything on video. I'm going to go over everything that happened right now. As always, I start with Webull on the Markets tab. Top gainers, 1 day. Click on All, organized by volume. I'm only interested in the top 10 stocks organized by volume. And they must have a float size of 100 million shares or less. The absolute max is 110 million shares. Then if there's any stocks that are on suspension, those automatically go on the watch list, whether they're in the top 10 or not. So I keep this open on my laptop at all times. That way I can just stay on my watch list page where I'm trading from and looking for entries, and then I don't miss anything. So let's go to the video. So MOSY was the first stock that I entered on, and you can see I just missed the entry by a minute or so, or less than a minute, because this is an obvious pullback after a new high was established, and this 1 minute candle broke out above it. But you can see that it's trading right around where I would enter. So as long as my profit target hasn't been hit or my stop loss hasn't been hit, then I can still get back in the trade. And the stop loss would be just below this previous candle, and the profit target would be 2 times the length of this candle. So obviously it hasn't been hit. So you can see me get in it right now. So there, I triggered my hotkeys. Now I'm in it. I'm only trading with 1 share because this is test trading with real money, though. It's more realistic than paper trading, and definitely more realistic than back testing. But still real money, and still only 1 share because I am not going to trade with full position size until I have at least 100 trades and I'm proven profitable. The win rate has to be above 33% to prove profitable, because I'm trading with 2R, or all or nothing 2R. So that means that whatever my risk is, my profit target is 2 times that risk. So I can lose 2 trades, and 1 trade will make up for those losses. That's how that works. That 2R calculator you can download from the Facebook trading group by the same name, Trading Armor. Everything is free there, and just click on Files and you'll see it there. It's called the 2R calculator. Simple as that. You can download it. So right now I'm looking for an entry on Grnq. I don't have to worry about that Mosy trade because it's a bracket order. It's automated at this point. So LEDS and Grnq are both about to give an entry, so that's why I'm kind of flipping back and forth. And I decided to delete that PRTY stock because it wasn't anywhere near giving me an entry, and this way both of these are on the same page. So you can see that Grnq just triggered my entry. I got in. I'm getting ready to move my stop loss up, which is the most important thing to do right away, is to get your stop loss in place. You can see what was happening as I'm moving the stop up. The price is flushing down. You don't really want to move it into where the price is trading because the order could get canceled. It's happened before. But you don't want to keep it far away either, because if that flush continues, you want to get stopped out. You don't want to get stuck in the flush. So I moved it just below where that flush was happening, and that becomes my 1R risk, and then my profit target is 2 times that level. But you can see LEDS also triggered an entry just about the same time, so I didn't get to move the profit target yet. And right now, again, the most important thing is to get that stop loss in place. You can always come back and calculate your profit target and move that order to the appropriate level. So that's what I'm doing right now. I have both of those orders. Both of those positions are in, and the stop losses are in place. So now I can use the 2R calculator to come up with the profit target, and just click on these things and drag them down, and they move wherever you let go of the left mouse button. Simple as that. So that's going in place now, and then I'll move the Grnq profit target to the appropriate level. So now those trades are all set. LEDS just stopped me out. And my plan and my strategy says that once I get stopped out of a trade, that I have to look for the next entry, which would be the next time a 1 minute candle makes a new high, as long as the ABCD pattern hasn't been broken. I have a video on that if you don't know what that is or what I mean by that. Some people use that terminology a little bit differently. So it's good to just know what people are saying when they say A, B, C, D, because it doesn't always mean the same thing. So there again, I'm moving the stop loss in place. That is the most important thing to do. And now with the 2R calculator, I can come up with the profit target. So got all those trades going now, and I think, let's see here. Oh, so Grnq stopped me out at some point. And again, same thing. I have to get in for the next 1 minute candle that makes a new high. And PTIX was one of these stocks that was suspended. So it automatically goes on the watch list, and I'm just waiting for it to come out of suspension. You want to have it on the 5 minute chart because for whatever reason, Webull on the 1 minute chart with these stocks that are in suspension, when they come out, there's a bit of a delay, usually like 15-20 seconds before you see the price move on the 1 minute chart. But on the 5 minute chart, for whatever reason, the price moves right away as soon as the stock comes out of suspension. So I leave it on the 5 minute chart. As soon as I see the price moving, then I go to the 1 minute chart. Okay, it wasn't on screen, but you can see here that my GRNQ got filled at my profit target. Your order to sell 1 share of GRNQ has been filled at 167. That was my profit target. So that was a green trade. So PTIX is now out of suspension. I have it on the 1 minute chart waiting for a pullback. As soon as I see a pullback and then a 1 minute candle making a new high, that will be my entry. So here's the pullback. Now I'm just waiting for a 1 minute candle to make a new high, which it does here on this candle. So this candle breaks over the high of this one. That's my entry. So I get in pretty much exactly where I wanted to, and I move the stop loss up to $3.99, even though it's a little bit lower than the low of that candle. That way I'm below the $4 psychological support level. So, but if the stock goes below 4, I'm not interested anymore, or below $3.99. And then I get stopped out there. So that's the end of the trades, and let's just take a look at the spreadsheet. So only one of those trades was actually green, which, hey, that happens, and that's why we have stop losses. So really only one trade away from break even. If I would have had one more trade out of all those 6 trades that was green, it would have been 33%. So it would have been kind of a wash of a day. So even though this was, obviously a red day and very low win rate, I was only one trade shy of break even. So not that bad when you put it in perspective. But overall, we're now 30 trades in. Let me just scroll through so you can see all of the each trade that I took today. That's trade 1, trade 2. You can pause if you want to see any of the data that I'm tracking there on each of those trades. Let's see, did I show you trade 4? Yeah, right here. Trade 4 with LEDS. Trade 5 GRNQ, that was the one that worked out, went to 2R. And there's PTX. It might have been PTIX. I need to, yeah, PTIX. I entered that in wrong. So that's where we are for today. And so far, the win rate is kind of drawing down because of the last few days. I had a 0% win rate on the 2nd, and then I've been on out of town for this amount of time, so that's why there's no trading there. And today, basically, we're halfway between 0 and 33%. So not a great day, but not the absolute worst case scenario, which would be a 0% win rate. So the average win rate is kind of falling recently, and it's down to 37.5. So we are just above break even right now, but we're only 30 trades into this 100 trade testing. So not quite there as far as being able to get a definitive win rate with this strategy. 100 trades is the absolute bare minimum, and then even at that point, you're not really going to see how the overall market cycles that happen throughout the year are going to affect your win rate. So bare minimum is 100 trades, and then you got to take it out further, like 100 days, 1,000 trades, and see what the longer term market cycles are doing with your strategy. So right now, this is where we're at. If I remove all of the error trades, which are the things that are boxed in red, not highlighted red, the win rate is a little bit higher at 42.3%. So that's a little bit better. But still, you know, that's kind of just above break even. So I'm hoping that after 100 trades that we're closer to 50%. And if not, then I'm going to possibly just take this thing out to 1,000 trades, or I may decide to change a few things. So anyway, I'll keep you posted, and I'll be back tomorrow with more trades. So let me know if you have any questions about these trades or any others that you see me take. As always, no matter what, you got to have a plan going into every single trade, and then no matter what, take your stop losses, honor your profit target, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.